Hello, everyone. Just another little update here. I'm a big Eagles fan. I mean, how can't you? I know a few people that don't like them, which doesn't make much sense, but I thought I'd do a bit of Seven Bridges Road. I know they're not the original singers or the original composers or whatever you want to call it, but I think they do a pretty good job of it, and I like their way of singing, and they're just pretty good overall. And if you might hear, I'm not sure how good the quality is going to be or not, but there's a concert going on right over there, like right across the street. No joke. I live right next to UNL, and it's homecoming week. So, not going to be much sleep had while this is going on, even though I'm kind of tired. So I figured, hey, why not? Hopefully that isn't too loud and it's not going to take away from the lesson, which it's really only a four-chord song, so it shouldn't take too long to teach you, but you never know. And I also have a little kind of a picking deal to show too, but it's not that important, I guess. But hopefully you guys can get it, so we'll zoom right up here. And I don't know if you can see that, but I got my Beatles poster hung up finally. And I also got a rotate you around Star Wars poster hung up, and some of my signs. So it's been all exciting and stuff around here lately, and I'm gonna go home this weekend and get more signs actually to hang up, so that should be fun. But anyway, to the lesson, because I'm sure you guys don't really give two shits about my decor. Like I said, it's a four-chord song, and it's basically D, C, G, and then D again. Actually, it's just a three-chord song. I might mess that up. Sorry about this. I'm trying to look at my tab and talk and teach at the same time. Yeah, it's just a three-chord song, but I mean, it's not that hard to follow. It's great if you can get two players in on this, because then one of you can do the chords and one of you can do this little kind of deal. And it sounds really good when it's put together with two guitars. And if I had friends, I would do that, but I don't. So that, as it is, just the chords is going to be, you're starting out on a D chord. Except, well, you all know that this starts out on just singing, and then we get into the, after the singing goes on for a little bit. But starts out as a D chord, is going to be the first chord you're going to play. And let's just, for a minute, pretend that we're doing the whole song with chords, even the beginning part where it's just a cappella. So basically we're going to have there are stars in the southern sky. So there are stars on a D chord. D is going to be the second fret of the high E, third fret of the B, and the second fret of the G. Sorry. There are stars in the southern sky. When you go to stars, it's going to be C. There are stars in the G sky. Back to D. Southward as you G, D, D, C, G, D, down the D, C, G, D. That's your basic pattern to follow. I didn't really explain the C and G chords yet because I'm just kind of getting scattered by this music that's going on. But anyway, I already showed you D. C chord is going to be open high E, first fret of the B, open G, second fret of the D with your middle finger, then third fret of the A with your ring finger. Sorry about that. I heard something that I wanted to try and play, but that's your second chord. And then we're going to go to G, which is any way you play it, this way or this way. There's two ways to play it openly. This is going to be basically a third, and then there's like a fourth all the way up the neck here, but and there's probably even a fifth up the neck. I just can't remember off the top of my head and don't want to think about it right now, but for all intents and purposes, there's two ways to play this G chord. There's like this, and there's like this without your index finger. Now, basically, it's third fret on the high E, third fret on the B, second fret on the A, third fret on the E, low E. What you can do is take off these two fingers, take off your ring finger, leave your pinky there. Instead of your index and middle fingers doing the lower notes, use your middle finger and ring finger. That way your index finger is free to transfer to C quicker. I know I've said that before in some of my lessons, but there's a good chance that some of you watching this may not have watched those, which if you haven't, I suggest you do. It might give you a bit of backstory as to how I teach and why I teach the way I do, but I don't know, that's just kind of me advertising, I guess you could say. But then we just go right back to D. So, once again, we have D, D, C, C, G, G, D, 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 C, C, G, D. And that's just the basic line we follow. Kind of turned that into a little funk there, but didn't mean to. Hang on, let me just look at something really quick so I don't... Yeah, nothing there. Okay, sorry about that. I had a Facebook message and yeah, just got distracted. So, I messed my screen all up. Sorry about that. Okay, so basically, we've got the main chorus is, or main verse, C, or G, E, E, C, G, G. And that's basically throughout the whole thing, except for the bridge. The bridge is sometimes there's a part of me who wants to turn from here and run, or go, whatever you want to say. That just starts on C. Sometime there's a part of me. Sorry about this, I didn't kind of work this out beforehand, but basically this bridge is going to be Sometimes there's a G of G, C, C, D, D, C, I don't know, G. So, again, that first part of the bridge is C for 4 measures, G, C from here, and G. C like a child from the warm G, down the 7 D, E, G, right? Sorry, that's D, C, G, first down the 7, bridges, road. I just can't see this very well. Sorry about that. And this music is really distracting me. Stars down the side. Alright, I think I got that. So, sometimes, see, there's a G. Wants to see from here, and D. Running, see like a child from these warm G, down the 7, still on G, D, bridges, road, C, G. When they change tones, you go from C from C to G. Sorry, it's really getting loud now. Sorry if this is interrupting you at all. If it's a problem when I upload this, I will make sure to redo this episode later when I have better sound conditions, thanks to the ungrateful prats next door. So, basically, what we have is the verses C, G, back to D, D, C, G, D. And then we have the bridge. There's a G of me, wants to see from here, and D, C like a child from these warm G, 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 7, D, road, C, G. And that's all there is to it. Pretty nice song going on there now. But anyway, basically that's your generic rhythm and that's a basic rhythm, and those are your basic chords. Now I promised that little picking thing I have, and basically what it's going to be is kind of there's one for D, there's one for C, and there's one for G. So I'm going to just show you these, and basically in place of the chords I just taught you, you would put these picking kind of things in for each one. So this first one, this one is D. And if you notice, you have the D chord here. You take these 2 fingers off and leave your 3rd finger there, and you've got your basic shape. And all you're going to do is pluck the D string, this one right here, and then this high one that you have fretted, this B string. D, B, G, hammer onto the 2nd fret on the G string. D, B, G, D, B, D, B, G, 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 B, So that's your D1 is 3rd fret on the B string and just pluck D string, B string, D string, B string, G string, hammer onto the 2nd fret, and then B, G, B, or D, D, B, G, B, D, B, G, B. And then we're going to go to the C chord. And this one is, imagine that, you take your C chord here, remove these 2 fingers, so you've got the 3rd fret of the A string, which, if we've got an A here, a half step up from, or a whole step up from A is B, and then we have C. So this is going to be a C right here. And that, of course, that's the root of your C chord. So you keep your C chord, your root here, the C, and do the same kind of picking pattern except for just 2 strings down, or no, 1 string down. It was this before. Now it's going to be, so we've got the 3rd fret of the A pressed, and we're just, everything else is open, just the 3rd fret of the A string is pressed. So it's 3rd fret A, G, D, hammer on to the 2nd on the D string here. A, G, D, G. That's your C kind of picking method there. Actually, I think the concert is over now, which is kind of cool. So now I have some quiet, so I better hurry this so I don't piss off my neighbors. But because it's just about 11 o'clock and I'm sure they want to get to bed. So there's that. Then we have the G, which is your G chord, and the same thing, this lower note, 3rd fret, is the root of this G chord. That's a G. We have E, F, F sharp, G flat, G. And it's the same thing as the D, or as the C chord. So it's 3rd fret, open G, or open D, hammer on the A. I think you get the idea there, but you just got to remember kind of these little picking, or this shape here, and you'll get the hang of it. The picking will come later, I'm sure, but it's not that hard to understand once you get the premise of it. So just kind of look at my picking hand here. Oop. You just got to be really precise. Practice it a lot, and I don't want to say eventually you'll get it, because it's actually pretty easily gotten. I mean, as long as you practice it enough, you will get it eventually. Make no mistakes about that. You will get the hang of it, and it will be, at the very least, doable for you. But other than that, that's all I got for you. I planned on just making a short little 10-minute video, and it turned into 20 minutes, but that was before I decided to teach you that little picking kind of thing. If you have two guitars, that would be a pretty good sound, I think. If you're in tune and follow the same rhythm, I don't think you can go wrong with that. So I bid you all adieu. It's time for me to maybe try and get some sleep. Hope you enjoy the videos. Again, stuff's coming soon. More stuff, a lot more stuff. I hope. Probably going to do a cover sometime soon here. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I really want to, but I really don't. And yeah, just a lot of stuff. That's about all I got. One thing I did want to mention, I'm starting to do a Harry Potter abridged series, and I'm just going to do all the movies and just kind of shorten them up and make them funny. And I'm starting to work on that. So if once that's done, I will make sure to maybe post a link here to the channel or whatever, if I decide to make a new channel, or if I decide to put it on my other one, whichever. But I have pretty good hopes for that too, so I hope that works out. If you have any questions or requests, let me know, and I will try and help you. See you next time, everyone.